Hi, everybody. My name is Joe. I'm a doctoral student studying clinical psychology, and this is Psych Made Simple. Today, I wanted to do another video about acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT. This should be probably a pretty short one, but it's just going to give a helpful analogy that hopefully, if you've watched some of my other ACT videos, it'll help things kind of click. Right, so I'm going to quickly review this idea of a choice point. I have a video about this, and basically, in ACT, there's this idea that in any time there's a challenging situation in life, there's going to be a choice point, right, where you can choose what to do, how you respond. And you can choose to move away from your values or move toward your values. That's the basic idea. And a lot of times it's a lot easier, there's less friction to move away from your values. And a lot of times it's hard to move toward your values, but ultimately those are the choices that are going to be more fulfilling, more healthy, and help us just live a more enjoyable and better life. And one analogy to kind of sum up what this choice point feels like in a lot of situations is this idea of demons on a boat. Thank you to my beautiful artistic skills and clip art for these images right here. But basically the idea is that you are the captain of this boat, and there are a bunch of demons in the, under the cabin or whatever. I'm not familiar with boats that much, but, under the deck. And basically those demons, they represent all the different negative thoughts and feelings that we have. So resentment, despair, guilt, shame, negative thoughts about different things that have happened in the past, worries about things that might happen in the future, all those different ideas. And they're constantly talking to you, and you can hear them, from under the boat. And you have some choices here, right? One choice you can make is to listen to the demons, and maybe they'll tell you where to go and say, oh, you're a failure, you're a loser, you should do this, you should do that, or you should not, engage in social activities because people don't like you, stuff like that. And you can listen to the demons, right? And that's one way you can steer your boat. You can also spend a lot of time just preventing the demons from saying anything, right? Or shutting them down. Maybe you play really loud music on the deck, or you just spend all your time making barricades and stuff like that so they can't get up. And that's another option, right? But that's also preventing you from doing the things that you love to do, or just living out your values and stuff like that. But ultimately, the big realization is to realize that these demons are under the deck. And yes, they'll be there, and you can hear them, but they can't actually do anything. They're not steering the boat. They can't steer the boat. They can't even get out from under the deck. All they are is just under the deck, and you're ultimately the one that can steer the boat. And just going back to the idea of the choice point, right, is that it's important to realize that you can steer the boat toward your values despite those voices, despite those negative feelings, despite those negative thoughts that keep coming up and telling us we're not good enough, telling us we shouldn't do this, telling us it's too hard, whatever it may be. Those negative thoughts that lead us away from our values. We can ignore those, and even though they're there and it might be hard to overcome them, they'll still be present. Then you can choose to move toward your values, right? And in this analogy, is kind of like being a captain steering towards the shore, that you want to get to safety, right? And it might feel like the shore is really far away, but if you start moving toward it, then it'll feel closer and closer and closer. And at the same time, those demons might realize, oh, we're not having as big of an effect, and they might just give up, and you might hear those voices even less as you get closer to shore and start, getting closer to living out your values. So I want to give a quick shout out to my friends Ryan and Viv for telling me about this analogy. I thought it was a really great one to kind of summarize acceptance and commitment therapy in a nutshell. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share if you thought this was helpful, and have a great rest of your day.